What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? How are y'all doing? My name is Rex. This is Daily Chat Season 4, Episode 1. After 6 months off, I'm finally back. My God, that 6 months go by real fast. Let's bring y'all up to speed on what's been happening. So, November 24th, we finally broke the streak. We finally broke the 2-year unbroken streak of stream. That was great. Cannot tell you how much I loved that vacation. Needed that in the worst way. Like, slept right through Christmas. Didn't even wake up at all. Fantastic. Probably best vacation I've ever had for, staying at home. Now, from there, man, been still doing the school thing. Almost done that. Took on a new job, which was just, it's been just awesome. That has been like an honest, legit, beautiful experience. So, been doing that since the start of the year. Been doing this baller job. Like I said, still doing school, still doing other projects. Started doing a lot more reef projects. It's been really neat. I got to learn how to work with an Arduino and a microcontroller and a microprocessor over the last few months, and I've just been having like a blast of a time. So yeah, I'm honestly a little bit blown away by how much time elapsed. Now, when I took the vacation back in November, I didn't expect it to go 6 months. I thought the vacation would maybe be like a month, maximum 3. Like, back by February 20th, back by my birthday. I thought I was gonna be up and running. Boy, man, was I wrong. That February came and went like that. It was so fast, I nearly blinked and missed it. And then March we were getting ready for Avengers. Like, we were a month out, gearing up for that. April had Avengers, man. I didn't have time to no stream. Gotta get that. I had to get that Avengers hype like built up, like, inside. So did that, and now that we're in May, we're through all the hype periods. We're through all like the rush of the year. I finally feel like actually being in front of a camera again. There was no, stress or any of that other YouTuber stuff of like, oh, mental health, this or that. It's just didn't want to be in front of a camera, didn't want to do this. But like always, man, I can't stay away forever. Call me a spotlight whore, call me an attention seeker, call me what you want. You're not wrong. Like, I love the camera. Love being in the spotlight. This is my spotlight. What's up, Big Dippa? How you been, buddy, man? Good to see you. Gonna be seeing a lot of people today. But yeah, so I'm back, baby. I am back. Now, how is it gonna work for season 4? We're already halfway through the year. Through the season. We're through the season. We're literally starting episode 1. So, how is this gonna work? Due to my enormous number of other commitments, it's really gonna be kind of a touch and go kind of thing. Now, daily chat might not happen as often as I would like it to. I might have to sub some game stuff in. The stream of that day will depend on, honestly, what's easier for me to do. Do I have enough stories to talk for like 40 minutes and just like boom, blast out, put out some content? I'll do that. If I don't have enough stories, we'll do some game content. So that's going to be how the rest of this season going into November is going to work. Once December passes through us and the end of the year is here, I will have graduated. That's a huge load off of my plate. I can dedicate more time into actual streaming and into more development of the stream. Now, for those of you visually astute people, you will notice that we got a new overlay, new title, new font, I'm sure we should probably put some names up there. Well, no names yet, but they'll get there. So we got some new names there. Have the little T-Rex gang down here. So the visually astute of you would have noticed that. Now, why did we go with a new overlay? Well, I'm always seeking new things. And honestly, after 6 months, the old overlay was so caked in dust, it wasn't really worth dusting off, man. It was too much work. It was like a rust spot on the camera frame down in the corner there. The top was falling off. It was a mess. So I gave it to a new startup streamer. Let him deal with it. Like hand me down. Give the hand me down streamer stuff. And I had this brand new one made. So I'm personally happy with it. What are your thoughts? You tell me, Billy. Now, new one looks sexy. Yeah, man, I'm really happy with it. I want to move away from the camera frames on this one. Move away from the camera frames. Do a more immersed experience, as it were. So, how much news have we missed in the last 6 months? How many big things? Okay, let's just do a recap of the year so far. We've missed the folding phone. We missed Fortnite. I missed the launch of the Epic Game Store. I missed the exclusivity problems of the Epic Game Store. What else did I miss? I missed Tesla releasing the Sexy, which is all their cars, the Model S, 3, X, and Y, the Tesla Sexy. I missed a bunch of stuff. A lot of stuff. All the new RTX cards and GTX cards. We missed all of that, man. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It killed me inside a little not to be covering those stories. It really did. And if you notice though, like the YouTube channel, haven't done much on that either. And definitely gearing up for a lot of this stuff. That's actually a decision I made on my Discord just the other day. I was like going through my old archive footage of things I had in like, pre-production, post-production, all those kind of like review videos. And I decided to wipe the whole slate clean. Wipe out all the drives that held any kind of video archive footage that I had going in prior to my vacation. I wiped out all of them. So you're talking maybe 17, 18 videos at least that are just gone. They'll never come out. Data's already been deleted. Hard drive's already been wiped out and formatted. That data is gone. So going forward, the YouTube channel will still exist as it does, as a review channel, as an archive for daily chat, as a tutorial hub. It's going to exist as a lot of stuff, just brand new content. All the other stuff was either stale, old and stale, a little bit moldy. It just wasn't worth the effort to try and like clean up the audio and all this other stuff. And I upgraded so much of the equipment. Like one of the plans I had going forward on my vacation was to upgrade the YouTube channel to 4K production. Okay, so Panasonic came out with these brand new S1 cameras, full frame, beautiful cameras. And I was like, I'm going to get me one of those. And then I saw the price tag of one of those with a lens, and it was $4,000. I was like, yeah, you know what? 4K looks great. Don't get me wrong. Using 4K monitors, love everything about them. But 4K, $4,000 for a 4K camera, while I know that is still cheap, don't get it twisted now. I know it's cheap. But it's a little bit, on the upper echelons of cost effectiveness and how much will my accountant let me get away with as a tax write-off. So instead, I opted to take my current 1080-60 filming setup. Mind you, all my cameras are 1080-60. So I took my current 1080-60 setup and I invested in cinema lenses. So like Rokinon Cinema D lenses. And now we're going to move to a better style of production. So in the not too distant future, call it medium distant future, even this camera here that you're seeing me on, camera 1, it's gonna get that upgrade and it's gonna look so cool. Like gonna get way better depth of field, gonna get way better color resolution, gonna get everything's going to be better with that camera. Now I haven't decided what camera I'm gonna go with just yet, but I guarantee you we are definitely going to move to a cinema DSLR camera. So that is probably the only real upgrade I'm going to be doing to the live stream. Like I said, all the stuff is mainly for YouTube. But the live stream will still get some stuff, but in perfect honesty, live stream quality is about as high as it's going to get. Like, the only thing I would actually need to do is tune my existing gear more than buy new gear. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's really kind of what the plan is going forward. And I gotta tell you, man, I'm looking at myself on OBS over here, see myself on the camera over here. I see my preview, my Twitch channel over here. Love everything about it. Seeing myself on 3 screens, perfect ego boost. Couldn't ask for anything better. Like, just love the ego. And yeah, so that's gonna be what we're gonna be going forward. Now, is there anything else I need to quickly do some house cleaning on before I jump into the news topics for the day? Not that I can think of. Do you guys have any topics or anything you want to ask house cleaning wise about the channel, about the streams, anything, before I mosey on forward and talk about the big news of the day? Hit me in the channel if you got anything. Let me pull up everything here while I wait for your... Okay, and... well, you know what? How are the biceps? Oh, dude, the biceps are great. Had to get a shirt one size bigger now because I nearly tore out my last one. Because I've been just training like crazy the last 4 months. And yeah, I'm still pretty doughy, like in my stomach area, but like everything from like here up looks fantastic. So because my arms are like I tore a shirt. I tore a shirt last year when I was smaller. You can even see it on Button Mash. It's the interview I did with what's his name? Forrest Hoffman from Coder.com. There's, in part of that interview, I never took it out. I'm just sitting here like this, and just all of a sudden, just you hear a rip, and from where your forearm meets your elbow, or your humerus, I just tore that whole thing open, and I've just been training harder since then. So yeah, no, I have to move up a shirt size, which, you know, not it kind of hurts your self-image just a tiny bit. Like, it's like I'm getting fatter, but at the same time though, getting stronger, but you still feel bad. You still feel a little bit on the fatter side. But you know what though? Neither here nor there. Moving forward. So let's get into the 3 hot topics of today. Gonna start with the most boring one first. Valve Index is going to come out and it's worth $1,000. Now, for those of you that don't know what the Valve Index is, the Valve Index is Valve's VR headset. You've heard of the Oculus Rift. You've heard of the HTC Vive. Well, Valve is getting into this game now too. They are coming out with their own little model. So you see here, it's going to be 1440 by 1600 per eye. You have supporting resolutions of 90 hertz, or supporting frame rates of 90 hertz, 120, 144. And it's going to be a little bit cheaper. So there are some like cool things here. This article from Ars Technica goes into everything that it's not going to be doing. You know, it's not going to read your brainwaves, it's not going to have like all these like fancy camera motions and all that. I've heard from the reviews that have been coming out and from the people who have just been like talking about it, you know, in the very loosest kind of like not breaking NDA way, but still kind of talking about it. It's supposed to be pretty good. It's supposed to be pretty decent. Now, is $1,000 a little bit too steep? That's up for debate. Like the HTC Vive Pro is $1,100, as you can see down here. But you know what though? That is the price of early adoption. Early adoption comes at a cost. And if you're expecting $200 VR, that's not going to happen for a while. I know you can get the mixed reality from Microsoft for about $200 on a good day, but let's face it, that's not the good stuff. That's like that. If let's call it oh crap, because YouTube I can't. Well, I'm not monetized. What the hell do I care? No, let's call it cocaine. Like this $1,000, $1,100, that's the pure stuff. Man, that is like the uncut Colombian stuff, okay? Mixed reality, that's kind of like the stuff cut with baby laxative and drywall. It'll get you there, but it's padded in with a lot of garbage. So, yeah, this is like the good stuff. Now, honestly, I'm still up in the air. I haven't bought my VR yet. But now that I have an RTX 2080, I can definitely run a VR with no problem. So I'm up between these two, but I think, honestly, because it supports the extra resolutions, I'm probably going to lean towards getting a Valve Index. It looks like any other VR headset, so there's nothing, like, you know, unique or special about that. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with this. It looks like a neat thing. I look forward to seeing more solid reviews that come out about the unit. But until then, hey, you know what? We just play the waiting game. AMD did their annual earnings call, and they talked about their new Rome CPUs, which are Rome is the EPYC line of CPUs, server line of CPUs, are coming in the third quarter, okay? Here's the thing. It doesn't matter. Like, they have 7 nanometers for Zen 2, but they're going to stay on 14 nanometers for the server line. That's not the cool thing about this. Here's the cool part. The Rome processors are going to have 8 core chiplets. Now, they're kind of like glued together processors, but they're going to have 8 core chiplets for a total of 64 cores and 128 threads. This thing, I've been watching this story like a hawk for the last few months. Everything about this, AMD, not only did they come out with Ryzen, which gave Intel just the biggest shock of their life, not only did they come out with Ryzen 2, which completely changed the game on pricing and performance to what Intel was offering people, but now with this whole line of 64 cores and 128 threads, it's the start of the movement towards what we're going to get as consumers. And that's what I'm excited about. It's the fact that just a year and a half ago, 16 cores and 32 threads was part of the Threadripper line, which was like the prosumer small enterprise space that AMD occupies. It was part of that space. And, you know, it was like a hefty amount. It was like $2,700 ish. It had a cost on it, but mind you, it wasn't like a server, like an EPYC server that's like $5,000. But now in Ryzen 3, which should be coming out later on this year, we're looking at the Ryzen 9, which has 16 cores and 32 threads. All this stuff eventually does trickle down. Unlike economics, the computer line actually does trickle back down. So we're looking at higher performance at a lower cost. I'm super excited. I want 32 core servers at my house without having to pay like a Blade server bill. And I'm seeing this now, and I'm just all about it. I am all in on that Ryzen, on the Ryzen line. I can't wait to see what comes out. I think the only detriment they have going against them is they only come with like 20 or 22 PCI Express lanes, compared to like the 44 that I have on my 5930K. But you know what though? You split the difference where you have to, and you take what you can get for the cost. And at $599 for 32 cores, I'll take 22 PCI Express lanes. It's fine. I'm probably not even saturating my line as it starts off with. They also had something about the new Radeon cards. I'll be honest with you, they're Radeon cards. Nothing about the last generation of new release stuff should give you any hope that they're going to change anything now. So abandon all hope, ye who enter here, and just save your money and go with an RTX card. They're a little bit overpriced, but at least they perform at a decent speed. Now, the big story of the day from rockpapershotgun.com and every other website on the planet covering the story today. Epic has bought Psyonix. The people who make Fortnite bought the people who make Rocket League. Okay? Huge acquisition. In any other day, this would be a big story on its own. But this isn't the story, though. this is only half the story. Because earlier today, I saw several articles talking about Epic's announcement that they are eventually, in time, going to pull Rocket League from the Steam store. As I'm sure you can imagine, this caused the internet to explode. Okay, and before we go anywhere, how popular is Rocket League to Steam that this would be like, that anyone who's not in the gaming industry would want to know why this is a big deal? Rocket League is number 6 on the top 10 most played Steam games. Number 6. Steam is a massive platform. Like, the top game is Dota 2 at 300,000 people. So it's got a decent player base at any given time. In a game that runs on microtransactions, like Rocket League, where you get crates and keys and you have all these like little expenses, it adds up to a big hefty amount of cash. So this is not a small issue. This is a big money maker that they're going to be losing. And Steam has been very lackadaisical in responding to the Epic Store threat. The exclusivity thefts that Epic Games has done against Steam didn't phase them. The 88% dev to host split is not phasing Steam. Nothing seems to getting Steam to get up and take notice. And to lose something like Rocket League, yeah, they would see that in their bottom line. It might not be the, Dota 2 levels of cash, but at the end of the day, I'm sorry, cash is cash. Whether it's $4, $4,000, or $4 million, it's still money not in your pocket. So this was a big acquisition for Epic today and a big gain. So when they said, we're going to pull it off of the Steam store, everyone lost their minds as this snowflake, garbage generation does. And of course, we got an update. Epic has expanded their announcement, speaking to US Gamer, and Epic Games spokesperson said, "We are continuing to sell Rocket League on Steam now and have not announced plans to stop selling the game here, although the removal from sale on Steam isn't ruled out either, following the maddeningly vague long-term plans will be announced in the future." So they're not ruling it out. They just say right there in black and white, they're not taking off the table that they're going to pull Rocket League from Steam. But they did kind of give everyone a heads up that, in time, it's going to go away. Even with the outrage, they're still planning on yanking it because, Rocket League has sold a lot, but in the end, Rocket League is, it's not like doing gangbuster numbers. So you have to play kind of loose with how much of that split you're getting. Now, if Epic owns Rocket League and they sell it on the Epic Store, then guess what? Any copy of Rocket League that's sold for $5.99, $6.99, $19.99, whatever, 100% of that money goes to Epic. Versus if they sell it on the Steam store, they only get 70%, 75%, 80%. It's not worth it to them. And I hate to say it this way, and we had a discussion about this in my Discord, that people are mad, obviously, and companies obviously back down when people get mad. But the Twitter outrage culture thing is so common nowadays that it won't be a long time before companies look at you, your outrage, and be like, screw it, you'll get over it. And they just proceed through with their plans. It is the eventual inevitability of crying wolf too many times. I wish people would stop getting mad over such stupid small things, because it really does diminish the bigger scoped problems that you're trying to go against. People have been outraged about the Epic Store since its launch, since its first exclusive steal, since the second exclusive steal. It's just one of these things. Stop complaining, accept your fate, accept the inevitability, and just get the heck over it. EA is king of saying screw the outrage. EA is the king of saying screw the outrage. You're not wrong. You are 100% correct. The problem with EA is they went too far in the other direction, where it's just probably don't forget about your consumers. Don't forget that far back, Just, you know, like happy balance, happy medium. Not red, not blue, just purple. We need purple. We're purple people now. So that's what the big story of today was. I personally don't care. Like, look, if I have to rebuy Rocket League, I'll rebuy Rocket League. It's like $5 on a sale. I don't care. And if Epic was truly a boss, they would literally take everyone who had a Steam copy and give them an Epic copy, or just give it away for free for 2 weeks, like they do all the other games on Epic Store. If they really cared, that's what they would do, and I guarantee you that would help a lot with the goodwill, because that is a very valid point on the outrage side. That's a point to the outrage people. You bought the game on a store, they took it away from the store, and there's a likelihood if they take it away from the store, it might get pulled out of your library, and then you have to go re-buy it. Does that suck? Yeah. Is it tight for some people to afford $20? Absolutely. That was me not a year ago. I get it. Don't think for a second I'm looking down from an ivory tower. I am poor as hell, just like the rest of you. But I also understand that this is the cost of doing business. It just is. Business is not fair. It's not here to be a friend. It's there to make buckets of money, man. Like in the Epic Store, if they do it right, they're just buying printing presses, installing them in the basement, and just printing money all day long, baby. That is the thing. So that is all 3 stories for today, man. I just wanted to kind of get my feet wet again, dip my toes back in. Unfortunately, I am not able to stream for super long amounts of time because I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning to get to work. So because of that, I can only do like the 30-minute streams-ish here and there. But on the weekends though, man, weekends will probably be game time. Weekends will probably be hanging out with the boys. Weekends will be just, relaxing and having a good time. Guys, I'm out, but thanks so much for tuning in. This has been Daily Chat Season 4. Can you believe it? Season 4, Billy. Episode 1 for May the 1st, 2019. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Like, follow, share, and subscribe. I will see everyone on the next stream. Don't know when, so make sure if you're on YouTube, you hit that bell icon, and if you're on Twitch, you hit the notification icon, and I'll see everyone on the next stream. Have a good night.